Hey everyone. I was thinking today, haha, right, I actually thought, you I listened to some old tunes that popped in my head, and one of them was Firewoman by The Cult. Love that song. I was lucky enough to see The Cult open for Metallica back in 88, 87 when they did the Justice for All tour. Yeah. And another one was Mother by Danzig. Late 80s, early 90s, because they toured with Metallica for, what was it called? Shit in the Shed tour. I think that was like 91, 92 or somewhere in there. Well, anyways, I remember when that song came out. Me and my friends, were like, yeah, Mother, don't let your children hear our words, what they mean, what they say, stuff like that. For that song, we're like, you really don't want your kids to know us. You really don't want your kids being around us. Listen to what we say and we'll hear our words. You really, really don't. But at the same time, we were fighting for people to accept us for who we are. Go figure, right? And then I remember Ozzy Osbourne's Road to Nowhere, which came out later in the 90s, I do believe. And for a long time, even though it's not true, for a long time I believed the Road to Nowhere led to me. I felt a huge connection with that song. Felt like I was on the road to nowhere. When it actually, I was not. And it didn't lead to me. But I just I felt like I was going nowhere. No, I didn't matter to anyone. Stuff like that. But with some recent events that happened within the last few weeks, I realized that I was never on the road to nowhere. It never led to me, you know. I'm a role model to, and people look up to me for my daughter, my son, my wife's children, at least two of them. My grandkids, my bonus kids, they call me dad. Recently, a few of them have told me how much I mean to them, how much they look up to me, how much of a role model I am to them. That means a lot to me. Opened up my eyes to a few things. My friends, stuff like that. Well, that made me feel really good because I knew I was never on the road to nowhere, but it felt like it. I mean, it just felt like it. But yeah, just with recent events, it made me take a look at things. And it just, something I had to get out. Plus mental health month, So yeah, for those of you who feel like you're on the road to nowhere or it leads to you, guess what? It doesn't. You mean so much more to other people. You mean so much to yourself. Look at all the people around you who love you, who want to be with you, who want to talk with you, who want to spend time with you. Even if it's not a lot, they still want you in their life. So think about that. I was with my first wife for 20 years. We were together 5 years, and then we got married. And my current wife, we've been together for over 10. And so yeah, if she didn't see much in me, she wouldn't have married me. So yeah, the road to nowhere never led to me. I was never on it, but I was always related to that song, and it hit me very hard. It was I connected with it very good. But I also wanted to say that Jamin, who unaffiliated again, we were talking today, totally just popped right out of the blue, said one of the reasons why he likes me so much is because I fight for what I believe in. I stand for what I believe in. Motorcycle rights, motorcycle safety. I very strongly believe in those. And I fight for them all the time. You won't hear me not talk about it, So, yeah, I believe there I can make a difference. Even if it's one person, I can make a difference. When I run the bingo here at the Chaska Legion on every second Sunday, well, we don't have it now until September, but I've been making, when the weather started getting good and you started seeing motorcycles again, I've been making announcements about, hey, guess what? Motorcycles are out. And ask them to look extra to the left, look extra to the right, and just double check, just pushing that. We can see you, but you have a hard time seeing us, and it's been very well received. I've been making people more aware that way, but I've been doing things with other groups as well. So, but want to speak about mental health. There's a person I know who went through a lot. He knows who he is. And you guys probably know who he is too. But anyways, he went through a lot. I was there when he was going through this. I haven't talked, we don't talk a lot, but I was there, I've seen it. When I first came on the YouTube Strewn My Thing, he interviewed me. I very much thanked him for that. He helped me get to where I am. If he didn't interview me, I don't think I would have gotten noticed the way I did. And I really, truly thank him for that. But he's been through a lot. He's been through it. He's fought addiction. He's fought depression. He has seen things I haven't. Things that would send people off the deep end, over the edge. And I want to say I commend him. I applaud him with what he's been through and his battles. And he's here. He's still fighting. He has found his love for music again. He has found purpose for living. And I applaud him for that. He has fought so hard to get where he's at. And he deserves every bit of good that comes his way. You know. So yeah. I just thought I saw someone I knew. Well, anyways, May is Mental Health Month. Check in on your people, because you don't know where they're at. You don't know where they're at in here, in your head, or in their head. I just thought I'd share that. For a long time, I thought I didn't matter to people or anyone, even though I knew I did. That's how I've always felt. And I'm learning that, yeah, okay, I felt this way to this person, and to really know how one person had thought about me, and then also all these other people have come and told me, thought I heard gunshots, but it probably wasn't. What they thought about me and how much of a role model I am and how much people look up to me. Meant a lot and helped me feel better. Helped me reassure myself, because I always second guess. I'm always unsure. So yeah. There you go, a little bit of me that you didn't know. So now you know a little bit about the Shadow, or Sparky, you want to call me. Maybe I'll tell you in another video how I got the name Shadow. I know I've told some people, but I don't know how many people remember. So yeah, there you go. May, Mental Health Month. Check in on your people. Have a good day.